New Roots is a dance poetry project. It's in two parts really. We've got some research and development time to try and develop new roots and dance poetry as a concept. And then we've also got a community project which is happening over in Runcorn. We're going to be working with 3 community groups to develop dance poetry work and build it to a performance.
The project is in 2 parts and the project is based around the central theory that if you take the dance and you take performance poetry and bring them together, then effectively you could begin to create a new art form.
I'm the musician, composer. I'm going to be composing the soundtrack with the young people in the groups, as well as Louise and as well as Sarah, to really fit in with the dance poetry theme of the sessions.
The mind walks, walking, thoughts float, floating on sea-salted water.
The project is going well. It's at its busiest point probably now because all the groups are in full flow, and we're also considering the performance event very much as it's just a couple of weeks away. So it feels really busy, but it feels exciting. It feels like we're starting to build a whole performance piece now.
It's a really kind of tense and exciting time at the moment. Most of the groups have got lots of ideas and are beginning to structure it, but none of the pieces are at a final point. So it's good because there's a hive of activity, people are enthusiastic, they're really keen to get started and to get into the space. It's also a nervous time because we have to decide how the pieces are going to slot together and what the experience is going to be like for the audience that follow the piece round, and also the passing trade, the ordinary people will be on the streets, see the piece and then want to follow us.
Dancing it's very healing, and it helps me to process different emotions and to heal myself from different experiences that I've had in the past. Yeah. There's amazing energy with dance, and it's about, you know, passing that energy on to others as well. To, you know, inspire them.
It's sometimes nerve-wracking, you know, because we've both got different ideas about how it's going to go, but we seem to manage to find a happy medium, and we generally think along the same lines in terms of the final performance piece. So it's good. We're getting there, I think.
So we've got scene 1, which is Twisted Fairground, where the girls are looking at a place that used to hold the fairground, and they're thinking about their time on the fair, but they're also seeing the place as derelict and it's in a dead end, so they're thinking about restrictions and dead ends.
The faded voices of people's mental state.
In scene 2, the view, the audience come over the canal on the bridge and they lift their chin and they see this amazing view. So there's Fiddler's Ferry and there's the Runcorn Bridge and there's the canal and the boats and the tranquility that's so close to the town.
On the surface of the water.
We check for chewing gum.
And we're looking at a bench space, quite a derelict space with graffiti behind us, and we think, who might use this space, who might sit here, what might they be thinking, what might they be reaching for?
I just want to breathe.
Scene 4
There's a drawing on
is the Runcorn mural, and we've got a group of young people at a youth centre, and they wanted to work with rap, so we've got some working with rap, with contemporary dance and street dance, a bit of a fusion, and in that piece they are drawn into the mural. Scene 5 in the piece is set outside the library, and that's our open groups, and it will be a mix of young people and adults, and we'll be using books as props.
Well, it's about characters in sort of rundown towns.
Leaving as they check out.
We've got someone who works in the coffee shop, somebody who goes to, who's sort of in Witherspoons, and everything's sort of monotonous. She's got sort of a star in her hand and she wants dreams.
Scene 7 takes place in the alleyway. It's really nice as you walk along the high street, you suddenly duck into this closed alley space, and there's a moment of stillness outside the bustle of the high street. Then we move on to Scene 8. Scene 8 is a solo space. That's quite exciting, I'm interested in that. That's like a little venue on its own, it feels. And then finally, after 8 wonderful, diverse scenes, we're going to trek back up to the Brindley, and that's kind of our party section, our finale, where each of the group gets to do a little bit of what has gone before to remind the audience of the journey they've taken. And we'll have music playing, and there'll be displays of people's work, and it'll just be a good place to kind of chat and wind down.
It was like fun because we get to do all the things off the Runcorn sign, and it was dead interesting.
It's about poetry, and poetry's like the main thing in it. But I suppose everything it's different, isn't it? It's a good experience.
The weather has been beautiful, and the dancers have been beautiful, and the poetry has been beautiful, and overall I think everyone's really enjoyed it, and the audience have been great, and we picked up loads of passing trade from people walking past, and that's what it's all about.
I felt quite excited at first, and then at the end I thought we've done a good job.
One of the audience members said when she was walking back up to the Brindley for our finale, as I was walking through the space, someone was sat on the bench, and I thought about your piece, and I remembered what had happened, so that's nice because it's like a living memory.
Logistically challenging at times to manage so many groups, so many artists, but it's been fab. And today has kind of topped it off.
A really good experience, fantastic. Good to be creative and, you know, to share that creativity as well.
As far as our relationship with the music goes as well, I think that's been really strong. He's just, you know, been so flexible in terms of being able to just work with where we're going. It's been good, it's been really good. So I'd like to explore that a bit further, I think.
This is the first step along the journey of discovering what dance and poetry can do together, and so I think we've gone on a really steep learning curve, you know, on how to integrate the words with the dance, so we can begin to take these lessons forward for future pieces.